Listen, it's going down in Atlanta this summer. That's right, y'all. Chasing the Beat Live is here. A live experience of queer art and creativity. On Friday, June 21st. Doors open up at 7 p.m. Listen, I done got y'all hoes karaoke with a little DJ. We got a happy hour, reality TV games. We gonna have a little dancing, appearances by some of your favorite socialites and celebrities. I'm performing. It don't get no better than that. And so much more. So much more. This is the gayest variety show ever, with a special all-queer hip-hop lineup featuring Ocean Kelly, Goddess Mikey, Hemingway, Ayo Rashawn, and Tiana Banks, plus a whole lot of soul singing from Sonny Dread, Brazy, and Miles Tripp, plus some stand-up comedy from Rockefeller and the social media famous Tommy the Gossip. Oh yeah, we finna crank it, bitch! Listen, pre-sale tickets are going on right now. Head on over to www.eventbrite.com. Search Chasing the Beat or look for the Apache Cafe profile to get your tickets. Get your tickets now before the pre-sale ends May 31st and the price goes up. Now I know we all outside this summer, so you and your friends jump in the car and pull up on us down in the Atlanta at the Apache Cafe Friday, June 21st for Chasing the Beat Live, a live experience of queer art and creativity. And yes, I did that in one take. See you there. And so season 4 happened. Season 4 was very rough for me because, me and Dario was not seeing eye to eye season 4, all of season 4. I know it don't seem like that to the world, but we was not. We was not cool. We was not cool. And it was just some of the scenes and the editing, like I didn't, go ahead.
Was that when Imani came into the picture?
Mm-hmm.
And remember when you and Andarrio weren't close, right? Remember when Imani laid into you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just putting some pieces together.
What you trying to say?
They was behind the scenes talking shit, and I know them type of girls when they don't do the dirty work themselves, Ressie, they'll send somebody to do their dirty work. And Dario had some riff with you, and she didn't say what she wanted to say, so she sent somebody to do the work.
You think so?
I know so. Ooh. I can't wait till we start talking about Chasing LA.
Oh, shit. Let me find out some stuff tonight, too. All right, here we go. So, season 4 was a tough season for me because I felt like nobody was really on my side. You know, Lauren was going to China. Me and Q wasn't talking. And Dario and I was no longer cool. And, Q. And then, Kevon was no longer on the show, right? So I was just, season 4, like, girl, I didn't know how season 4 was going. It was rough for me. It was real rough. After having such an amazing season 3, and then having season 4, it was rough for me. But we eventually
I didn't have a good season till season 4. I was working, but I didn't have a good season, feeling good until like season 4.
Talk about season 4.
Was that my last season?
Your last season.
I had my most fun. My last season. And
bitch, you wasn't here. You was gone.
That's when I had the most fun. When I came back and I did that scene with Travis and Lauren and I think it was at Henry's, that was fun to me because that was really me. I was shouting at the table because I was like, we're not really filming me being me. Like I'm always being a bitch. I'm always in the middle of some drama. Somebody trying to create some drama. So I was getting into the rhythm of reality TV. I felt like in the beginning years, we would show up to set and we had a particular storyline to stick with, and that's what all we filmed. I felt like season 3 and 4, they started opening up like sit down, me, you, and Gardini by the pool, that type shit. So it just started making it more comfortable for me. So I just didn't start having fun and being myself, and I finally got out of everybody calling me a girl and all that type shit and weaving out of that bullshit in season 4.
Gotcha. Yeah. Season 4 reunion happens. Imani is the host. Ressie G comes and is like the director of the thingy. I just remember it was...
We had so much smoke. Remember me and Ressie? Well, remember, if you go back to my YouTube channel, there's a video I just watched the other day of me in the bathroom with the Power Three, Lauren and Oliver, and then Ressie G comes in with her paperwork, and I filmed it. I pulled out my phone to film only because I didn't know where Ressie and I were going to go in that bathroom with just me, you, her, and Lauren.
And Lady E.
Lady E. So, you know, I was just trying to hold it together. And we're going to get on Chasing LA, and I'm going to just say my phone was ringing the entire time I was at my Chasing Atlanta reunion, dealing with my Chasing LA cast with some stuff that was happening here behind Ressie G.
We end off season 4 as friends. The Power Three is, we're intact. We've taken another blood oath. And we're good. You and I are good. You're off to LA. Lauren is good. She's off to Birmingham to make golden wings and fries.
She was coming here originally.
She was originally supposed to be moving to LA, yeah. And that's actually when she started doing her surgery, right? Because remember, all three of us would FaceTime. Y'all, so I'll also say this too. The majority of the Power of Three's times of being friends is on FaceTime for hours. Like when Lauren was going through her whole transition over there in the other country, me and Q was on the phone with her the entire time.
Turn around, let me see.
Yeah! Where you at? Let me see the room.
Take that wig. Let me see it. I need to see it. Like we was.
We had might as well been in the surgery room. Shit. Might as well been.
Went on over there.
We
loved each other.
We do. We still do love each other. That's why we're here today at 4:00 in the morning Eastern Standard Time talking about this bullshit.
Oh my god.
And so Q's career as it relates to Chasing Atlanta is now done. And is there anything about Chasing Atlanta you want to touch on before we get off Chasing Atlanta and we now enter into Chasing LA?
No, I just feel like the fights that I had at the reunion with what's his name, Jatwan, at season 4?
3.
That was season 3. I just feel like a lot of the arguments that I got in were not real beefs. I feel like a lot of shit that they seen me in Atlanta wasn't like. I felt like I was always in the crossfire. You know how when we bring up Sky, when we bring up Devon, we bring up all these names, I really never had a issue with these people. It was always he say, she say, and then by us not talking and sitting down, it would just roll over. So I feel like my earlier years in Chasing Atlanta, honestly, the people didn't really get a chance to really see me. And that's how I honestly feel. I feel like, I was working and I showed up to set. And I feel like that's why a lot of people call me fake and they can't, we can see through him and all that stuff. I really feel like I didn't get a lot of chance to really showcase me. Yeah, I brought my dad on, which was great. My dad, I appreciated him for coming on, but I still feel like there were parts of me that was, we all feel like that reality TV, how it could be more, not necessarily about me, but there are parts of me that are missing because of all the drama.
Yeah, you're right.
Before we move on to LA, I know, Atlanta, definitely, I love the show. It was fun. It's still fun. But I was, definitely ready to walk away because it was just so much drama. But, I just feel like in my earlier years of reality TV, people really did get to see the real me. So I would love to come back one day and twirl again, not on Chasing Reality, nothing like that, but I just want something else for my fans to see and my supporters to see that, it's another side of me than just being bitchy. And a lot of fans, tonight we even brought clarity to some issues and we still got so much further to go, but I feel like they didn't get to see this side of me,
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that, like, I feel like in my earlier years a lot, they didn't get to really, really, really see me. Even though I was still growing. Sorry, go ahead.
So Q was out there in the LA streets. And this is actually when I kind of turn it over to you because the only thing I know about Chasing LA is me coming out there to film, and the show coming out.
I love that microphone you have. That sounds good.
Yeah, I got a little close. You like it? And so, let me stop.
Tap it and, do a little.
10 years, 10 years from now. 10 years from now. Five. I'm telling you, five or 10.
I don't know where you're going. So I don't know how
When I can tell the story behind Lady E, or just never.
100.
We'll be dead and gone. I got you.
The people out here trying to figure out what happened between me and Troy. Troy killed me.
Oh, I mean, now listen, what you and Troy had going on, that ain't got nothing to do. Listen, okay? They ain't got nothing. So all I know about you being out there in LA, there's this producer named K Marie. There's drama with her. Blake Marie. What I call that baby? Mm-hmm. K Marie. I'm sorry, my bad. That was no shade. Blake Marie. I knew it was a K in there somewhere. It was Marie, so I was close. Blake Marie. Derek is a part of it. Imani Vanzap is a part of it. Take us on this whole Chasing LA journey. How did it start? Where was it going? What are we missing? What's going on?
So I moved to Cali in 2019 in December, right before the pandemic. The pandemic happened in March, April, somewhere around there in 2020.
February, definitely.
Somewhere up, it was starting then, and then it stuff like really kicked in, around like April, May, like when we like shut everything down, all this type of shit, because it started up. But anyways, I moved to Cali in 2019. Like, if y'all have been on this interview all night, you can see why I moved. It was too much drama. I felt like I was beginning to be in a rat wheel. And I felt like everybody in Atlanta was doing the same damn thing. And that's no shade, right? So I wanted to move. I wanted to take my career to the next level. I wanted to see if I can hang with the big dogs of Cali. That you never come to Cali without having like a legitimate career. So I just wanted to see if I can hang. And I was kind of getting tired of Atlanta. So I moved, and I was like, I love the platform. And if I can be honest, I think they had sent me a contract for season 5.
Yeah, I want to say you was asked, from what I remember, you was asked back.
I was asked back, even though I was gone. I was asked back. Excuse me. I was asked back, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not flying back over here to film with them girls. Like, I did that last year, but girl, I'm not doing that this year. I did that last year just to close my contract. Yeah, I'm not, getting on no planes, especially if y'all not paying for them. I'm not doing that for another free show. No shot there. So moving to Cali, I just decided I wanted to boss up a little bit. I love the platform, but I just wanted to do something different. I knew that I could orchestrate getting people together from my radio show and, stuff like that. And so one day out on my patio, child, I was just like thinking about Chasing Atlanta and what I did to get on the platform. And I think about what the show and the producers and the editors, and I was thinking about what it took to create Chasing Atlanta. And I was just like, I know a couple of people. Like, I have the same equipment, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a producer, but I have produced my own successful internet radio show for the past 3 years, you know what I'm saying? Interviewing from A to Z. And I just felt like I don't know a lot of the tech stuff, like the cameras and all that stuff, but I had it. So I was like, let me just see what I can do. So, child, out here one day, and Jeremy Copeland, I met Jeremy at T.S. Madison's house. And he was like one of the only people that I knew in LA. And I think I had called him and pitched and told him about just an idea I was having. And what did he think about it? And, I had already stayed with Jeremy. Jeremy and I we weren't friends, but we were introduced to each other at T.S. Madison's house. So I had already had one person in LA that I kind of had already knew. We weren't friends or anything, but I knew of Jeremy. And so started coming out here, stayed a couple of times prior to me actually moving. Once I got here, told the idea to a few different people, ran it by Dario, and I had already slightly had a cast in my head. You remember Pierre Prince from Freaky Boys? It was like a gay rap group back in the day. He was one of my original cast members. I was going to be on the show so that I could, just have a familiar face come from Chasing Atlanta to come out here and just keep it going. But I was trying to transition into like a bigger boss. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing the same thing when you're on this show, people just talk about you, talk about you, talk about you. I'm doing the same thing every year. How can I, one, get out of that? How can I, two, because like you said earlier, Chasing Atlanta or Chasing Reality was the only thing popping at the time. How can I open the door for other individuals like I know, like Jeremy? So I just decided just slowly start putting pieces together. And yeah, Rated by Dario. I got a Chasing LA ASAP. I mean, I was talking Chasing LA because I came back and filmed season 4 reunion while I was starting to get things together out here. So I was actually doing both. I was still trying to wrap up my contract being cast and then transitioning into trying to produce. And I'm like, okay, this is all new to me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, Chasing LA just really came from me not wanting to be the underdog in LA, wanting to put other people on. And I felt like Chasing Reality was the platform for the people to come on to take their name to the next level. I had already made a little bit of noise, and then you had already been the assets and all these other things. And I was like, okay, well, there's some other people out here doing some things. Let me put some other people on. Like, our platform is popping. Yeah, it come with a lot of shit, but I've gained 15K plus followers. I think I was always pushing merch. I was pushing merch since my North Carolina days. So it's kind of like I was supported. People was supporting me. My Q-tips on my YouTube page, like my YouTube, like all those things are popping. So I'm like, I want to stay in this creative realm, and that's how Chasing LA kind of came about.
Yeah.
That's all about Chasing LA cast members for trusting me season 1. That was a major thing. And yes, season 1 was definitely iconic in its own right. Definitely could have been some things better, but I wasn't a producer. I just wanted to put other people on. I knew a little bit about doing things. That's why Dario was, helping me, and that's why I brought in other individuals like Eric Diller, like Blake Marie, and a Derek. Who was my business manager at the time. I was bringing in people who knew more about the business, because you never want to be the smartest person in the room, right? I had the idea. I got the key. I got the door. The door has been given to me. I don't know what to do with it. I knew what to do with it, but I wanted to properly execute the vision that God had given me, right? And so bringing all these other individuals in, and yeah, things just got rocky when the show was released. Had a great time with picking out, all up until the show was released, things were good. Me picking out my cast members, that was amazing. Casting calls, even connecting with the producers. We had several Zoom calls and things prior to Chasing LA getting on the good foot, getting out there to the people. We had several Zoom calls, several auditions, several things that, which is why I made them a producer to help me guide this ship, right? Things get rocky when season 1, episode 1 is released, and I know nothing about the edit from Imani Vanzap that was sent into Dario.
What do you mean the edit from Imani Vanzap that was sent into Dario? What do you mean?
When y'all watched season 1, episode 1 of the show, when Imani Vanzap started going off on me and saying the things that she had to say about me, I didn't hear or see any of that stuff.
It was in episode 1?
Oh, episode 2.
Gotcha.
Episode 2. I didn't see any of those things until the show was coming out. Episode 1, I think we were promoting her coming because she had did it for Dallas the first season, and then season 2 is when she would get things going. I didn't know that she was coming to. I don't want to use the word attack. I didn't know she was coming to handle me, talk to me the way that she was going to. And I'm like, why didn't we do any of these things in our production meetings? Because from seasons 1 through 5 that I was with Chasing Atlanta, no producers or anybody got paid. No production staff or anybody got paid. I made it clear I didn't want anybody working for me for free. Yeah.
Oh, you did the same thing too.
Seasons 1 through 5, nobody got paid. No producer outside of Andarrio or Kevon. But you got to remember, we had KK, we had Mark, and Devon McCoy and his wife. It was a lot of other producers up under them that was not getting paid and on this motherfucking chopping block. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. And I was like, I'm not gonna have people work for me for free because I don't work for free. You know what I'm saying? And so the individuals I bought in, Eric Dillard, Blake, Derek, these were people who were getting a portion of my check who I just asked to come in and help me. You know what I'm saying? So Imani definitely hurted my feelings when she came in and, oh, you're not a producer and you're not all these different things. Why didn't you tell me this in the meetings? You could have given your critique. However, I'm the first person that's putting a check in your pocket. Why couldn't you come to me behind the scenes? Why couldn't you handle me a different way? Imani Vanzap's platform was to critique the show and the characters. I felt like that entire critique was about me. Why didn't we do any of these things behind the scenes? But you know who she was friends with at the time, who me and we weren't cool, and I said they get people do their dirty work. Ressie G was and Eric Dillard were best friends. Imani Vanzap.
Why were you and Ressie G at the point of Chasing LA coming out not cool? See, this is when I like fill me in because I don't know.
It was all the stuff from the homeless. You're not even in Atlanta. It was just every story you brought up tonight, Ressie name was in it. And I'm just like, why are you always in something?
And I just want to be very clear, and I'll stand on it. Stone was the one who said Ressie G name and Andarrio name. Stone, who on Bigo right now. Stone was the one, because I can't make that up. I just can't make it up. Stone was the one who said Ressie G said it. I just want to remind the people. It wasn't me just saying it. It was Stone who said it, who told me, and I told Q.
And I think after my critique, remember I said I did a critique on Dallas? That was 2019 on top of 2020. So me going into my season 1 of Chasing LA, he felt like, and he said it last when he was doing the interview with you, he felt like I was one copy in him because he was the only one that got, a show. And so he felt like I was copying him. And he felt that, that energy when you get something and somebody else get it, you're like, why they get it? So Ressie was always in behind the scenes and stuff. Then I was just getting phone calls because we didn't like each other from, like I say, that my recap. Remember I told you he sent me the slobbing in the mouth videos and all that. When he sent me that video, I was here in Cali. So then the season starts. Him and Imani Vanzap are best friends. Him and Dario are butt buddies behind the cameras and best friends. He said it in the interview with you. He would lean into anything negative concerning me because he didn't see it for me. Those were his words verbatim. I heard them today. I didn't see anything positive concerning Q. I didn't see it for him. So he was leaning into anything negative. So me going into season 1, I'm like, okay, Ressie don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with him. Like, he don't even stay in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm getting news that he's behind the scene conversing with Blake Marie. When I was filming season 4 reunion, Blake during Chasing Atlanta, when I had the brown suit styled by Trey Howard, the Amazon brown suit, my phone was buzzing during the reunion. That's why, Q, you look bored or you look like you weren't present. I was trying to deal with my Chasing LA cast while I'm filming the reunion because Blake Marie decided to show up and film a group scene without me present. Mistake number 1 on my end because I put someone in a producer spot who ain't never produced a damn thing in their life. I'm just looking for help when you told me that you can do these particular jobs, right? So I'm in Atlanta filming. I'm getting calls from Blake Marie about things that she can't handle on set. Well, Ressie told me to call you. It's, It was like, why are you even talking to Ressie? Why am I hearing Rissie's name in a conversation? So I was starting to find out and hear she was going behind my back because Ressie and I didn't have a connection then. She wanted to know all the tea, what I was doing out here in LA. She was going to my producer trying to find out tea. Her and Imani was best friends. So when I tell you a bitch can't do the dirty work themselves, they'll send somebody to do it. her and Imani was so close, I felt like she sent Imani to do the dirty work for her, which was crazy to me because I was the one actually giving producers a check for the first time on Chasing Reality. It was me behind the scenes fighting, and then you got Eric Diller, aka Imani, who comes onto the camera and tells me that I'm not good at my job when you get to go off on me in front of the entire world when you could have did this in public and you getting a check. So everybody was just like, "Oh, but you asked her to do this. You asked her to do this." She was built into the brand. Okay, I didn't go. I brought her in to get a check because I felt like the work she did on Dallas deserved a check. Nobody else was trying to give her no damn check. You ain't tapping out, is you?
No, I'm listening because all this is new information to me. No. I'm listening because I don't know. I do not know what went into this whole Chasing LA thing. I don't know. So I'm listening.
And so just hearing the things from all of what Imani was saying, I remember I brought Eric Diller into this prior to me knowing him as Imani. Mm-hmm. I used to go to Eric Diller's plays. I used to support him. He knows my current partner. Like, they used to work in the industry a little bit together, right? And so for those reasons, I just felt like, where is this energy coming from with you, Eric? I definitely felt like it was a little bit of this behind the scenes.
I met Eric in between seasons 3 and 4, I want to say. Well, no, I was with Quez because Quez went with me. So it had to be while we were filming 4. And I just remember the energy I got. And I remember, because I said it on live, I don't know if it was that day, but it was another live. I sold $100 into her. I was like, I really believe in you. I think you're really dope. Like, I had went to her house. She had told me about like the things that she wanted to accomplish, some of the things she had been through and, was trying to overcome and what she envisioned for herself. And the energy I got at the time was really like positive. And I will say, I just felt like once she became Imani Vanzap,
she was turning to another, and she got a platform and some followers.
It felt like the energy changed, She was for me, like I felt like it then became. I'm gonna say all the shit y'all. I was like, damn, this is just. It wasn't the same. I don't know if it changed. I don't know.
You here to tear us down?
It just wasn't the same person that I had met at their home in their studio.
The same person that I knew, the same person who helped handpick, and she was saying to this day, I wasn't in there. I didn't do that. And when I got pictures and videos, but you see, I never went live, never to this day. And that was in 2019, 20, and we still talking about this shit. I never went live and posted videos of us being in different meetings and picking the cast and all this different shit. So how you gonna get on my second episode and chew me out like that when you had 2 weeks or 2 months to tell me, hey, this ain't looking right. Hey, we may need to pull a plug and wait a month. We need to do some editing. Why would you wait to get on a public platform to tear me down like that when I'm the first person to put a check in your pocket? It was Ressie G in her back pocket, manipulating as usual.
I want to ask you about this.
Yeah.
What were some of the things you felt like you could have done better? I know there was some talks about quality, sound, angles.
I was young. There was so much I could have done better. I was young. I was ignorant to the reality TV realm.
Scratching my leg, child.
You scratched it?
I'm scratching my leg, child. I'm trying to stay up. Damn, this mic is good. Well, girl, I'm glad ain't no man over here or ain't nothing going on.
I hear the tapping on the chair. I hear that.
Jesus!
I gotta get me a mic, because these earphones is playing.
Girl, I need to turn her down. Point her. How you move her? Damn. Shit.
Shout out to Aaron Wells. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron.
They try to make Q look crazy like he dropped.
Were you doing everything you were supposed to do as an executive producer as it relates to what you were contracted to Andarrio and Chasing Reality?
Yeah.
Were you turning in things on time? Were you managing your cast? Was the quality great? Was the sound okay? Lights, angles, green
there
screens?
was always things that we could have worked on. My season 1, I had cameras all in that first episode at Hamburger Mirrors. I think I had 12 cameramen that day. You know what I'm saying? I had legit 12 cameras on set that day. So, shooting a scene, you don't need that many damn cameras. So I was learning.
A good 3-4.
A good 3-4, but I hired 12 because I wanted to be great. I will say that there was a lot of things. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There were a lot of things left out of
What you was
the
finna
episode.
say?
Oh, you scratching, girl.
Oh.
Noise.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm fucking around. No, there were a lot of things that could have been done differently in episodes 1 and 2, including the editing. There were a lot of things that did not get shown in episode 1 and 2, and I don't give a fuck who feel about it, because at this point it's up. You know what I'm saying? There were a lot of things not shown in episode 1 and episode 2, and I know it feels like, oh, the cast just sat down and had a bunch of random ass conversations. You know what I'm saying? I did have some help with creating the beginning of the season, Mr. Ray and the 4 producers that I had, because Mr. Ray was a part. That's why, he was the reunion host and all those things. They were like, do it like a game show. Do something different. We always see the people lead up in these stories, bring everybody together at the first time. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go with the majority rules. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, yeah, there were things that could have been done differently, but I felt, do you remember how you said a comment earlier, how you took the bullet for everything? Because I was the face, I was the name. I took the bullet for everything and everybody, because honestly, I didn't want to do a combined scene, my first scene. Like, it was weird. I was like, okay, it could be different. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt like when it comes to the unleashing and the rafting and all that shit on the after, it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary, and I felt like it was a particular angle and motive that was trying to happen, But one thing about, go ahead and let you say your thing.
I was proud of you of chasing LA, because you were in a whole new city doing your thing. Yeah, Lauren and I came out there to support you.
And I appreciate that. Remember how much fun we had at your hotel? You and my baby.
Listen, if you guys want a good watch, go to my YouTube channel. Type in Chasing LA vlog. Type in Oliver Twixt Chasing LA vlog. That was when I had just finished WeTV and my top model chats were like popping. So baby, anytime I was getting so much free shit, as long as I posted, because I had the audience. I mean, shit, they still here. Scratching, I'm sorry.
Scratching.
So I had got this. They had gave me this nice suite, this corner suite overseeing all of California at the Mondrian. And we were filming. Q was there, Mr. Ray was there, Lauren was there, Jeremy was there. We had so much fun.
Jayla, Jeremy Copeland was in the building. He came. Remember, he stopped by. It was Jeremy Copeland and Jayla. Did I introduce anybody else in that scene?
I don't remember that vlog.
I think it was just those.
If you ain't say their names, I wouldn't remember Jayla. But she was there. I do remember that.
Yeah, Jayla pulled up for the scene, and then we all went to the hotel afterwards. So yeah, that was a good time. That was a good night. Yeah, Can we talk about
the scene that the Power 3 filmed in the bed that never got showed? Because what happened to the footage?
A scene in a scene with a Power 3 in bed.
Remember I had that big white bed and we was all in the bed talking about something I can't remember.
That's just something that didn't make the editing room table, child. I think we were just random, drunk as skunks, young, running around LA.
Okay. Lauren would go naked glued to her head. She don't even know she missed in the bag.
You was late as fuck. We had like 10 minutes to get out that bed. Remember,
fun fact, y'all, that scene that y'all see was filmed in less than 10 minutes. I don't know what happened.
They were trying to kick me out.
I was running so late. I think I underestimated LA traffic, and when I say I was late, I was okay, that's fine. Like how I was late tonight, I was late that day. I felt so bad, but I got there and we filmed the scene and it made it into the show. So y'all would have never known until today, baby. I was so late. Ooh, and I felt so bad. He said he got to go pee. Y'all enjoying this, baby. We've been on this thing for almost 5 hours, and we passed the halfway point. We still got to get through all the Chasing LA. We got to talk about In the Mix. And where we are now, so we almost done. We should be done in the next hour. That's what I feel like. That's what I think. But I appreciate y'all staying up, watching, supporting us. Please, please, please share the live. Have no fear. I will be cutting this live up and posting them in excerpts like I do all of my chats. So you guys will not have to sit here and watch the whole what's probably going to be a 6-hour live. I mean, if you want to, please do. We do appreciate it. But I will help you guys out. I don't know if as early as tomorrow, but definitely the next day with posting clips so that you guys can consume them easily. Darius is still up. Hell no. Darius is still up. I know that's right. Listen. The baby is back. Hey.
Why you always late to my shit? Why you late to my LA thing? You late tonight?
Well, good thing I always show up. At least you show up.
Is it me?
I may be late, but at least I'm there.
I may be late. Oh.
Oh, great for my great come out. I need that laugh.
So yeah, the Imani stuff really hurted my feelings. Because I never saw it until the second episode came out, which was crazy to me because we always see stuff, and that's what makes me think it was a lot more hands involved behind the scenes. They didn't want me to see it until it hit the public. Like, you didn't get that today, okay? You did not get that video this morning, and then she did. Like, I just felt like as an EP, Warren, run it by me. I didn't get that respect, just stepping over me, doing stuff. It's all cool.
Y'all had this epic. There's some feedback here.
That video was crazy.
You heard me?
Huh?
Okay. No, we was experiencing some feedback.
Oh
no, it's fixed now. No, it's fixed now. There's an epic live. And I had told you before that, I said, Q, don't go up there. Don't go up there. Don't go up there.
Don't get killed.
And I said, Q, then, because it had got to a point where I was like, okay, I feel like Q need to get up here and say something. But I was saying, Q, please don't go up here and get upset. I want you to take ownership of this situation. I was coaching him before. I was like, don't get up here and lose your mind like you do when you get mad. And it just.
When they get the lion, I just start tapping. And all that shit go out the window.
That was not a good look for the brand to have all y'all up there arguing like that.
It was gross. It was gross. It's one of my most not, happy moments. I wasn't proud of that moment. I'm airing out and fussing with people who I brung onto a team. I'm fussing with people who I'm putting a check in their pocket. I'm fussing with people who I call business partners, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? It was weird to me. It's weird to me that y'all three up here talking about me. Derek was in the comments, which was weird to me. He's supposed to be my business manager. But at the time, things with him and I had done flipped.
Derek was in the comments.
Yeah, Derek was in the comments. That's the reason we don't talk to this day.
Damn.
You were supposed to be here as my business manager, having my back with a bunch of bitches that I don't know. You over here fucking. You over here twirling with Oliver. Now.
Oh no, we ain't never had sex.
That's why I really.
Yeah, we had to change it. Plus, child, no.
You over here doing. We
was gonna have to be in a relationship for all that, cause
I don't know. Listen, you over here being sneaky with that. Ressie over here sneaking and calling Blake. Then I found out Blake and Derek are having conversations that were not in my favor, and I felt that was very weird. And so I cut his ass off then. And
because you and Derek were friends like hometown.
That was my
friends.
Gay mother. Derek was my everything. Business manager, gay mother. And I don't even use that term like that.
But y'all were really.
That was my bitch, and I miss her to
close.
this day, and I hate that we fell out over business. Eventually, I think that we're going to have to talk.
Y'all are.
But it's just like, you just hate to go through business. I brought you in to be a mentor to me, and I see you over here lollygagging with bitches who don't give a fuck about you or know you. You just like tea and like mess like the rest of these sissies, and I'm not with it. Not when it comes to me, my check, and my baby. My Chase LA was my baby.
Which is so shocking to me because when Derek and I were conversing, I mean, you know me in real life. I'm not getting on the phone talking about bitches and hoes and niggas. That's just not something I do. I don't really care to talk about it because I'm like, who are you for me to spend my personal off time to talk about? Who are you? Derek was I always saw him as like a man, as like a mature, you know what I'm saying? So to hear all this is like, I'm like, I'm not calling you a liar. I'm not at all. But I'm like, in order to believe Derek did this, I would have like to really see it because he's always been like pulled up, at least in in my perspective, in my line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
And so Chasing LA, the live happens. Everyone's
live
talking
happens.
about it. All of the chaos that's been going on behind the scenes with Chasing LA is now on the front street. There's
Coming out,
also
right?
things going on the show. I don't want to talk about the show just right now. I want to get through you, and then we'll circle back and start talking about some of the cast, like some of the transphobic moments that were happening that aired and whatnot. So season 1 happens. What made you say I'm going to come back and do a season 2 if season 1 was so tumultuous?
All these seasons were tumultuous. Season 1 of Chasing Atlanta was tumultuous. Horrible. In the pits. Dirt. You know what I'm saying? It was the starting point, but it was bad. It was not good. No storyline. We didn't meet nobody. All we got was catfish. No Sade. You know what I'm saying? So
I get what you're saying.
I wanted to come back for another season to get better, improve myself, because the brand is called Chasing. We're getting better, but we are the only bitches on the block. So I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I had a bad season. I've had a bad interview. I've had a bad day. The thing about the entertainment industry, you got to get your ass up back tomorrow and settle back up on that horse and ride again. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't move out here to play, so I'm like, hey, I made some great connects. I put people on. I'm starting to see people shine through the mess, you know, because it was a lot of people from Chasing LA season 1 who was positioning themselves to make some better moves. And, you know, it just helped them do things. So it wasn't even just about me. So I couldn't stop. Even with ending the show, it hurts my feelings. You didn't just try to attack me like you have been doing for all these years. You attacked all 10 of my cast members, my babies. And
Who you talking about?
That season 2.
But I'm saying, but who you talking about?
We're talking about Andarrio Abrams. When you just snatched this opportunity, you didn't just try to attack me like you have been doing for years. You took away opportunities from my whole cast.
Do you really feel like Andarrio has been trying to attack you?
I do. I definitely do.
Okay.
When I go back to that Penn story, 1. The Imani stuff, 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get on the Chasing LA stuff. I know it's late, but we ain't got all the way into it.
No. I'm about to get into season 2 because this is your last season, last project with the brand.
But I'm at the departure. Even the departure.
Oh, I got you.
So I'm trying to speed up and let's stay at season 2, but just patterning. So that's why I believe, it's definitely a hand in the pot. You know, even though him and Ressie fell out, I definitely, prior to their falling out, there was some conversations had about me, conversations taken to Ressie, then the Ressie take it to Imani. He was already down here playing with Blake. We're gonna get into season 2. Season 2, I found out, not Gardini, what's the child name? Ressie G Wagon is popping up at sets. That's what I call it behind the scenes. Ressie G Wagon. Ressie, I find out she's popping up at different not different. She popped up at a filming location in LA. Season 2 with my cast members, the day that I was filming with them, I find out Ressie's here, pulling up, coming. What are you doing, bitch? You everywhere.
You're so funny.
You everywhere. You too damn busy. Sit down. You want me? You trying to come for me so bad, baby? You way in Los Angeles.
Why did she pull up? What was going on? It's my first time hearing this.
Gone. I filmed my scenes and I'm gone. Okay, you can play with you can play with the people. I ain't never fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I never had an issue with Ressie. She was always so messy. I always watch her movement, so it was never nothing direct until she started sending me crazy videos to my phone, and you know the Imani stuff happened. I'm like, okay, we don't fuck with each other. Okay, cool. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? She got her show over there. I got my show over here, and we just leave it at that. We good. But girl, I found out you coming to different sets and stuff. Girl, just let it go. You talking to Blake, and even when my news a departure from Chasing Reality, you can go back and look at it on Instagram right now. The very first person that Ressie G tags is Blake Marie. Y'all been trying to prey on my downfall. I'm at it, a network. Neither one of y'all ain't doing a damn thing.
Well, Ressie G is
It's
now
on her YouTube channel with what, Roy Voice?
Well, no, I was gonna say he's like the CEO president of like I can't say the specific name
But it's
exactly
not
because
in
it's missing
entertainment.
me. It's like nonprofit.
It's a charity. It's not in the
I
entertainment
don't think it's.
business.
I think it's a nonprofit, but I mean he's doing good things, you know.
Listen, I'm not here to shade him and try to bring him down and do all of that. But bitch, you've been doing that to me for years, and I've never had anything to say about you. You ain't doing a damn thing in the entertainment industry today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've never had to play the games that them girls play to be relevant, to be who I am, to stay working. I never, and that's why, I just don't see it for them the same way he said he don't see it for me. Girl, I don't see it for you either. I feel like we all could have did great things together, but you got to work on that character. Y'all, you can never win when you playing dirty.
Is there any path forward with Ressie G?
What I do earlier? And what's crazy was when the departure stuff happened with me and Chase, and something in me was like, I'm gonna not reach out to her. I think I seen her on a live or something, somebody sent me similar stories about just cutting off from the CEO and all that type of shit.
Your hand movements throughout this whole thing have been wild. I just want to let you know you have graduated to a new place of just these hand movements are crazy.
I know I talk with
I know you do, but they're on a new level tonight.
And so, what we at? Ressie and what we talking about?
So let's get into this. Let's talk about season 2 of Chasing Olay. How was season 2 of Chasing Olay for you?
I loved it. I love season 1. I thought season 1 was incredible. Outside of shit I was dealing with from people that I brought in. Season 2, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna rock with nobody. It was just me and another. I had 2 associate producers and got knocked down to 1, but I just kind of had to bring my team in, and I had to bring in people who were actually working, who have done work before. I felt like the first time I brought in Derek to get a check to help mentor me, give him 10%. Imani, because I've been to a couple of shows that she's done, give her 10%. Blake ain't never worked on a project in her damn life, and because she was out here in Cali, she introduced me to Fly King I. She helped me with auditions, a couple of other things. I gave her 10%. I bet somebody at 30%.
Damn.
Stupid. And y'all bitches turn on me? Ain't never been a check floating through Chasing Reality. Ever. So, yeah, I was disappointed and I was sad, but moving on to season 2, it made me stronger. It made me like, me, you ain't just gonna like, oh, Q got it wrong, and it is what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight back. I'm gonna give you more. I'm gonna try it again. I want to do this, and I want to be successful at it. So a bunch of comments, I'm from the Amazon church, child. People will talk shit to your face. So me seeing a bunch of comments from a lot of random people wasn't and is not going to stop me. So when I hear all these names connected back then, and then season 2, me walking into a blind situation and seeing the people who are in it, I'm looking back at the same games y'all been playing.
What blind situation in season 2 you walked into?
The Imani going off on me.
That's season 1. Imani wasn't around season 2. You're season 2 of Chasing Olay.
Yeah, I'm still
it's
on
okay.
Imani. I'm still on Imani head real quick and all the rest of them because I ain't got to say this. Really, really ever tell this story. And people are like, well, if you paid her to come on and do and say something about the show that she did her job. No. It could have been handled better.
Like a lot of things in our little world, just things. I think that's the main thing. Things can always just have been handled better.
And just coming from Andarrio, I just like, why didn't I lay eyes on this prior to anything else? I see every piece of other footage that come through. Why is the one thing that's tearing me down to the point, I even behind that Imani stuff, it hurt me so bad I lost my voice. I stopped posting a lot. If you look on my YouTube channel, that was around the time I stopped blogging. I stopped posting those videos. I was such in a dark space behind that.
Damn.
And it made me go back to school, or not, it made me go to school. It didn't make me go to school, but you know, you ain't gonna ever tell me what I ain't gonna be. You don't tell me I'm not a producer. Now I'm signed to an actual network out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, yeah. And so don't tell me what I'm not gonna do, because I'm only gonna get better. It was the way that you did it. And I look up to all of them. Even Ressie G at one point in time. Dario. I didn't look up to Blake. I brought her in. Derek. Y'all, like, that whole shit really fucked my mental up. People coming in, well, this is bullshit. I'm trying to help grow the brand. You know, help me, teach me.
I will, before we go to commercial break, because after this, we're going to get into Twixt Takeover and the mix and your departure. Yeah. I mean, not speeding it up, but I don't think, is there anything else that you want to talk about in terms of chasing LA? I'm just going off of.
Before we go to Twixt, shout out to my season 1 cast and shout out to my season 2 cast.
Shout out to the people.
Regardless of where I stand with any of them, I love them. I love all 20 of y'all asses. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of where we stand today. You know, that was just something that I tried to do, wanted to do. Unfortunately, it was taken away from me without even a conversation. However,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
Yeah, we're going to get in.
I just wanted to give a shout out to my season 1 cast, my season 2 cast, and all of my producers from season 2. Both of them. Even though, you know, both of them.
We currently have 370 people watching us
y'all
at 4:30 in the morning as we go into the 6th hour of this Twixt exclusive with Quentin T. Harris from Chasing Atlanta and Los Angeles. And I just want to say from the nerd's mouth, thank you guys so much for sticking in this thing with us as we traverse all of this. I mean, him and I said that we was going to talk about it all because we never talk about this shit again. And I'm glad that you guys are still here. But when we get back from commercial break, we're going to get into the Twixt Takeover trip. We're going to get into... Twixt Takeover, Chasing the Getaway, which then turns into In the Mix with Twixt, Winegate, and Your Departure. Oh, yes, we're going to get into it. Don't go nowhere because you are in the mix with Twixt. There's so much more after this. Listen, it's going down in Atlanta this summer. That's right, y'all. Chasing the Beat Live is here. A live experience of queer art and creativity on Friday, June 21st. Doors open up at 7 p.m. Listen, I done got y'all hoes karaoke with a live band, a little DJ, we got a happy hour, reality TV games. We're gonna have a little dancing, appearances by some of your favorite socialites and celebrities. I'm performing, it don't get no better than that, and so much more. So much more. This is the gayest variety show ever with a special all-queer hip-hop lineup featuring Ocean Kelly, Goddess Mikey, Hemingway, Ayo Rashawn, and Tiana Banks, plus a whole lot of soul singing from Sunny Dread, Brazy, and Miles Tripp, plus some stand-up comedy from Rockefeller and the social media famous Tommy the Gossip, hosted by yours truly, Quentin T. Harris. Oh yeah, we finna crank it, bitch! Listen, pre-sale tickets are going on right now. Head on over to www.eventbrite.com. Search Chasing the Beat or look for the Apache Cafe profile to get your tickets. Get your tickets now before the pre-sale ends May 31st and the price goes up. Now, I know we all outside this summer, so you and your friends jump in the car and pull up on us down in the Atlanta at the Apache Cafe Friday, June 21st for Chasing the Beat Live, a live experience of queer art and creativity. And yes, I did that in one take. See you there.
What's up, everyone? It is Darius asking you to check out my newest children's book, DJ Stands on Business. Follow along as 5 friends who are entrepreneurs by the name of Pixel, Raven, a dynamic duo we can learn, and a children's book author named DJ use their entrepreneurial spirit to save money to go on a trip to Mexico. So follow along as children can learn about terms that teach them about entrepreneurship and give them the opportunity to open up the world in the adventures of friendship and entrepreneurship. You can check out my children's book, DJ Stands on Business, as well as DJ's Favorite Day and Twinkle Little Star at www.kingdariusbooks.com.